So this is a small project of mine based on fingerprint and keypad based security system. I used a stepper motor here, so I think in the future someone might get a little bit help from me, so I'm doing this video. So the main idea is to make a fingerprint and a keypad based security model for door lock, and I'm using a stepper motor. I used two Arduino. One is to control the fingerprint sensor, and the other one used to control the keypad sensor. They are all connected to a L2988 driver. The driver is running the stepper motor. The input of the driver is a 12 volt voltage. This is I'm getting from the adapter, and there is a 5 voltage output right across here. If you can see, this is 12 volt input. The middle one is ground and the right one is a 5 volt output. I took the output from that and gave it to the Arduino. I didn't give any input, any power input to this Arduino, but I will be giving this from this USB cable from my laptop. Now the main idea is for fingerprint sensor, I connected the TX pin yellow wire to digital 2 and the RX to the digital 3s. And in some videos in YouTube I saw that they were giving this input to the TX and RX. In my case TX and RX, but in my case that didn't work really well, so I gave the input to the 2 and 3 digital input of Arduino. Then I was taking the control of stepper motor. There is 4 wires coming from stepper motor. You have to individual the coils of there is 2 coils inside that stepper motor. You have to distribute the coils. One is for, let's say the coil is A or B. You have to take individual coils. Like how can you take that is you take an LED and connect it. You take any 2 wire and connect the LED across of it. Then you like manually rotate the motor. If the LED lights up, then those 2 wires are of the same coil. If does not, then they are of different coil. So what you can do is you take the same coils and plug it inside this to same side, and you take the other coil and plug it in the other side, other coil of wires. You can see this. I have used a sellotape to attach these 2 wires. They are coming to the same side, and the other 2 is coming to the other side. Now I am taking digital pin 10, 11. Let me change the camera a little bit. Yes, 10, 11, 12, 13 from the input and giving it to the controller of the driver. These are the 4. These are synchronously attached. Like you can see orange, yellow, black and white, and here is also you can see orange, yellow. That is not connected, right? I am connecting everything via this breadboard, but you can get the idea. Like if you are connecting 10, 11, 12, 13, you have to also connect 10, 11, 12, 13 across here. Then for keypad, this is a 4x4 based keypad. There is 8 output, and you are giving all these 8 output to all the digital pins. I am taking from 2 to 9, and after that 10, 11, 12, 13 is for the control of the NEMA 17 stepper motor. okay, I used a NEMA 17 stepper motor, I should probably mention that, and I connected a LED display. For you to have to LED, if you want to use a LED display, you have to buy a LED display, and there is a I2C module. You can see there is an I2C module beneath it. And you have to solder it to this LED module. Make sure all the pins are at the left side. You can get another video from YouTube to see how to attach the module with the LCD display. Sorry, LCD display, I mentioned LED, I'm wrong. Now the basic idea is when I give my fingerprint, the motor will rotate to open the door, and also if the fingerprint does not work, you have to press the password to open the door. Now some problem you can face is like when you using the fingerprint, you have given the input to the fingerprint, like the number of your finger in the storage. You have to give like multiple inputs, like you have to make 1, 2, 3, 4 of the same finger, because it is really hard to recognize your finger from this 1 or 2 input. You have to keep like multiple input to the fingerprint. I will show that later in the video. So now let's see how does this work. So first I turn on the power adapter. You can see the driver is lighting up, the LEDs, Arduino is lighting up, and the fingerprint sensor is lighting up. I have to give power to this Arduino from this USB cable. I forgot to attach one. I can take one input from here and give it to this thing in this Arduino. You have to buy an adapter for that. This kind of adapter you have to buy. So now if I give, let me take that here. If I give my input, okay, see, this opened the door. I gave a 5-second delay. After that it closes. Then it is turned off for some time and it will light up again. So the more number of input you give to the fingerprint sensor, the less attempt you have to take to rotate the NEMA 17 motor. Like I gave like 3 or 4 inputs to my fingerprint sensor. So let me show you again. See, the fingerprint sensor is not registering my fingerprint, but if I like adjust my fingerprint a little bit, see, that one take the input. So I think you should give like 10 or 20 IDs to your fingerprint sensor input. Now for the keypad to work, you have to take an output from this laptop and I'm giving the output to this Arduino Uno, input to this Arduino Uno. Now you can see from this input it is taking power to light up the LED. The LED is showing enter password. The password is 123456A. Let's see if I put a wrong password. You can see if I put like 4, 5, 6, 9, 8, 5A, it will show incorrect password. But when I press the right password, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6A, the motor will rotate. It rotated clockwise and it will rotate anti-clockwise. So this is how this whole thing works. Now for this to work, you have to take, there is a 4 input from this 4 wires on this I2C module. One is ground, one is for VCC, one is SDA and SCA. The SDA and SCA should be connected to the 2 analog inputs. I used A4 and A5. You can use any 2 of them, but you have to adjust that in your code. This is the 5 volt and the ground is connected here. The ground is connected here. So this is how my system works. Let's see if I can mention anything important there. Okay, yes. So what I did was I took the there is only one motor, right? So I took a breadboard, I took output from this stepper motors and gave it to the breadboard here, and I also took the output from this from this Arduino, gave that to here also, and the controller, these 4 wires are also connected to this. So there are, you can see there are 12 wires connected to this breadboard. I don't know why it is showing this. I think there is something loose. I think something became loose here. Don't worry, I will fix it later, but you know how this thing worked. I'm turning it off and I will now show you the code. So here, this is how the fingerprint model worked. First you take the Adafruit fingerprint H, then I took the stepper.h. I'm not a very good coder. I took some references from other YouTube videos and did it here. A serial number for the I mentioned some serial number. I don't even know if it is helpful in my code. There is this line, my serial for fingerprint sensor. Oh no, this is for the 2 and 3. I connected the TX and RX to 2 and 3, so this is for the 2 and 3 software my serial, and I attached that to the fingerprint sensor of mine. Now steps per revolution, I mentioned 200, and I mentioned the pin 10, 11, 12, 13. Now for void setup, I set up the speed 60, and for that I gave 2 serial number for fingerprint 57,600 and for normal 9600. I gave a delay of 5 seconds. Then I got this part from another code. I will reference that to my video. As I said, I am not a very good coder. I just took part from here and there and made it. Now if get fingerprint is equals to -1, this means if the fingerprint I gave to this sensor is matched with the fingerprint that's stored in the memory, it will rotate clockwise at this speed, steps per revolution, that I mentioned earlier here, 200. Now that will, then after 5 seconds it will rotate counterclockwise, and there is a delay of 5 seconds. After you can put any other fingerprint. 5000 plus 50, 5.5 seconds. So after that, if the fingerprint does not match, it will not open. This part is also I get from a YouTube video. I will mention that in my comment section or anything in the video. I don't know what that's in below the video. Okay, for the other for the keypad based, I have to go here. So this is a little bit more complicated than the fingerprint one. I don't know why it opened like this. Let me open it again. Okay, so for this I took these libraries, then I defined the password length. You have to remember, you have to take the password length one more than the password. You can see there is two kind of data I'm taking. One is data that will be given the input on the keypad sensor, and there is master, that is the real password. As I said, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 letters, and the password length is 8. And you have to declare this data count, custom key, character custom key is for the keypad. There are 4 rows and 4 columns in my keypad, so there is, you can see, 4 rows and 4 columns. Then I declared the rows and columns: 1 2 3 A, 4 5 6 A, 7 8 9 C, star 0 hash D. After that I get the rows and columns input. Keypad, custom keypad, you can get this from YouTube videos. So you have to remember, this is the address 0x27. This is the address of the keypad here. So sometimes this address is different. You have to plug in the keypad sensor, and after that you have to take the basic run code. Then you can get the address, and you have to adjust the address in this code according to that. So that takes the problem aside. Now this is the stepper motor, as I mentioned in some time ago. For void setup, I set the speed, the backlight, and this is for the LED code. For void loop, these are some references I got from some YouTube videos. After that, if data count is equals to password length -1, LCD clear. And this sentence is important. It is comparing the data and master. If data and master if both of them are same, then this will print correct, and the motor will rotate clockwise. After 5 seconds it will rotate anti-clockwise, or else the password will be incorrect, it will show, and there will be a delay of 1 second after you can put any other password. And the LCD will be clear, data will be clear, and you have to do it again and again. Clear data, and it will return to the forward. Okay, so now this thing aside, is there anything I should mention? Okay, let me show you how to enroll the fingerprint. You have to go to examples. This is a fingerprint sensor library. If you do not have it, you have to download it from here. You have to go to sketch, include libraries, manage libraries, and you will get the Adafruit finger sensor from this manage libraries. You search here Adafruit finger sensor, you have to install that. So after installing it, you have to go to examples, Adafruit finger library, and you have to enroll your fingerprint. So this code will open. After this code opens, you have to open up the serial monitor, which is right here. Then after, you have to run this code. This is a very pretty big code. I don't know how it works. You can get it from scratch. When you run this, there will be the option to press a key to register fingerprint. After you press 1, you have to give You have to press this fingerprint 2 times here to register that fingerprint. I will recommend you to give like 4 or 5 IDs for your fingerprint. Like you press 1, you press the fingerprint 2 times, then you press 2, you use the same finger again 2 times, and you have to repeat it for 4 or 5 times to get results pretty quick. And one thing you have to see, work this on, there will be a band line like bit serial number, use it on 9600. I don't know why, but I think 9600 works best. And after that you can run another code. There will be file example fingerprint library, and this is called fingerprint. You will open this code, and after that you will run this code. You will open the serial monitor. Okay, then you give your input to this. This will be showing no fingerprint detected, no fingerprint detected. It will always scan for your fingerprint. If you press one finger and it does not match, so it will show like it did not match with the, sorry, the video became blurred. It did not match with the stored fingerprint. But if you inputted your fingerprint like 4 or 5 times, or like 4 or 5 IDs, I think it will work pretty well. After that, should I mention something anymore? You can use a better driver for this thing, using a H-bridge driver. So that is not very efficient, but it is very cheap. L298N, this is the driver name of this. How to attach this thing with the stepper motor, you will get in the, there are so many videos on YouTube, but you can use a better driver. But the better drivers are more expensive. Arduino, yes, there are some problems with Arduino Uno that you should know about. One of the problems I faced was exit status 1. So when I attached my Arduino with the USB cable, the Arduino Uno, that was COM was not correct. You can see here, this is when I used previously Uno on COM 4. So when I connected one Uno, so it was showing on COM 4, but when I tried to upload that code, it was showing exit status 1. So if you have to bypass this problem, what you should do, in my case, I went to Google. I downloaded the CH340 driver. CH340, you have to download this driver. One second. Yes, you have to, this is the driver basically. You will get this in a zip file. Okay, let me refocus. Okay, you have to run this driver, press yes. Then after that, if that does not work, if it is already installed, you have to uninstall the driver, then install it again. I think after that the exit status 1 code should work. Okay, now there is another problem, that was like if you are using another controller, not Arduino Uno, what you should do is like go here and select other boards and ports. You have to search that board here, and if you did not get, if that board is not detected, what you have to do is you have to go to, I think, tools, as long as I remember. Yes, board, Arduino Uno board, there are so many boards. You have to go to boards manager, and you have to search your board and install that, board. After that you should get that. After that you will get a, when you scroll it down, you will get your board here. I used one T1 web I don't know why. I had another problem I should probably mention. I used one D1 WebMOS board, but when I installed the board manager, after that also it didn't really register. Let me show you. If I search WebMOS D1R1, you can see there is everything is coming under Lolin. I don't know what Lolin is. So mine was WebMOS D1R1, but this is Lolin WebMOS D1R1. I tried to use that in this, but that board really didn't work. I gave back the board to my teacher. So I used Arduino Uno, and after using one Arduino to upload your code, when you try to plug in another Arduino, then you may also get that error like exit status 1. Then you should repeat that step again. That CH340 driver, uninstall it and reinstall it. I think after that it should work, and also restart your computer. After that it should work. And thinking of some other problems, I didn't face many. Oh yes, so there is another problem that was like, if two of your pins are shorted, like if say short circuited, if you have a bad board where your TX and RX pin or 2 or 3 pins are short circuited from behind or any other way, then the board will not get registered. And I think that was like another problem. I don't remember that. That is also, I think, like exit status 1 problem. It will be showing in the error code. So that is the thing I faced while doing this small project. If you have any question, ask me in the comment. I think if I know, I will probably answer it. I do not have very great knowledge in this domain. I recently started it, but I think after some time will I get adjusted to this, I'll be more helpful to you guys. So this is the video. Let me think for some time if I get any other problems. I think I didn't get many other problems. If I remember something, I will mention it in the video. You don't have to worry about it, and I will try to upload the code in the description of this video, all the codes, or I'll share a Google file or maybe a website where I uploaded the codes. Okay, bye.